Hi Kurlies, it's Lana, and today we're going to talk about the freshman 15. That's right, it's that time of year when you go off to college for the first time and all of a sudden you're 15 pounds heavier. It's actually what happened to me, it's what happened to a lot of my friends, it's what happens to tons and tons of college kids their freshman year of school. And so I'm just going to kind of give you share with you my experience, how I gained all that weight, and later how it came off and how you can take it off too if you ever find yourself in that position. I went off to school. I did a lot of social eating. Like at my school, a lot of the activity and socializing, especially amongst the freshman class, went down in the cafeteria. So everybody was always in the cafeteria, and because it, kind of feels weird to like sit down with people who were eating and not eat yourself, and because it was a co-ed setting and you're like hanging out with guy friends, guys can just eat a lot more than some women can, and so especially me. So these guys were getting like all this food, like a hamburger, some pizza on the side, some macaroni and cheese, and and I was getting it too. And before you know it, my stomach was just expanding, and it was taking a lot longer for me to get full. My stomach just warped, and that's the reason why a lot of freshmen, even if you're not drinking, gain weight. Other factors can be alcohol, like if you're going away from school and you're drinking heavily, that can pack on the pounds. And also stress, you're in a completely new environment, and everybody's bodies can just react in different ways. Another really bad habit I had in school that packed on the pounds was definitely my vending machine addiction. Like I had a legitimate vending machine addiction. I was at that vending machine, just putting my quarters in every day, okay? It was bad. Getting chips, getting cookies, getting pretzels, getting sodas. I don't know what was wrong with me. Like I was always at the vending machine. So try to just be aware of that, and be aware of, how much you're spending at the vending machine and whether you do need those chips. What are some ways that I can fix this proactively? So for me, it's that social eating tip. If you find yourself, socializing in the cafeteria a lot, girl, do not get, those 2 slices of pizza and a panini, every time you go to the caf. At some point, you're gonna have to recognize and listen to your body, and when your body says, I'm full, I'm full. If you feel awkward about not eating when everybody else is, what I would say is just head over and actually get some nutrients, okay? So get yourself some fruit. And I know that sounds so lame, like people would tell me that all the time and I'd be like, fruit? But just it's so worth it. Go and get yourself some fruit. Go get yourself a banging salad. Cut up that fruit, put it on the salad. Like make it like it is something, and sit down and eat that. Get yourself a really, really tall glass of water instead of that soda, and just at least be healthy and provide your body with nutrients, and that way you'll really curb how much harmful foods you're putting into your body. Okay, so some tips if you have gained the freshman 15, or if you're trying to lose a little weight. It's hard, but girl, you can do it. It's not that bad. So tip number 1, strength train. Why? Because muscles burn more than fat. Number 2, make a plan for what you're gonna eat in the caf before you go in there. Number 3, bank that vending machine dough. Save it for something useful or cute. Number 4, don't confuse thirst with hunger. If you're hungry but you just ate, drink water before you eat again. You might discover you were just really parched. Number 5, express your feelings in healthy ways. Don't eat them. Number 6, get your beauty rest, girl. And number 7, don't let anybody pressure you into anything you don't want to do. And that's a general life rule. Just say no. If you're not hungry, stop eating. Period. For me, how did it really come off? This is kind of an awkward story. It's about to get real. Like, we're friends, right? I think we're friends. If you don't think we've reached this level, you have 5 seconds to cut off this video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is what happened. So I was at work, I was at a school, because actually I put on weight and I could not lose it to save the life of me. Why? Even though I was exercising, my diet was still not very good and I was still eating too much food for my body in a day. So, you know, the exercising really wasn't doing anything because I was just eating too much. But one day I was at work, and I've always been a sufferer of like really, really bad cramps, okay, like when I'm on my period. And so one day I was at work and it was like Carrie, like a scene out of Carrie. It was awful. Like my dad had to come pick me up from work. It was crazy. And so I went to my doctor, and my doctor thought that I might have endometriosis, and so she put me on birth control to kind of like wrap that up. And a side effect of like me being on this medication was that I had a really difficult time with my digestive system. Like it just wasn't processing food like it was supposed to. I couldn't go to the bathroom. And for like 2 weeks, I like literally could not, like I did not go. And I was eating originally like the amount of food that I normally would. So like after 5 days, like I had food up to here. And I couldn't even really eat anymore. I was like, ugh, because like can you imagine, like I literally like had food up to here and I couldn't put any more down. And for whatever reason, I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go to the doctor. I just like was trying to, you know, hope that it would just alleviate itself. And it did after about 2 weeks, but after a week and a half of really not eating that much, my stomach actually shrunk back probably to a size that it should be. And so when I was finally relieved and I could, you know, like digest my food properly, not only had I like lost 10 pounds, but my stomach was a lot smaller and it took a lot less food for me to, you know, feel full. Now, this is like a complete fluke, you know? And also like, so I don't recommend you like, you know, getting on medicine just for that. That was just a particular side effect on my cause. But it was interesting because even though I lost a lot of pounds, my body, like I really didn't lose a lot. Like my clothes were pretty much the same size. Like I may have gone down like 1 clothes size, even though I had lost like 10 or 15 pounds. So I didn't do this for weight. I'm gonna preface this by saying I was actually at my old job, and my old job, they would try me. They would try me every day. And so to like really get myself together and prepared for the day, I would put in that Beachbody Turbo Jam with the weighted gloves, and I would kickbox my heart out. Girl, I'd be punching them people in my imagination. And even though, you know, that was amazing because when I got to work, I felt great. Like nobody could say nothing to me because I had those endorphins flowing, okay? But I will say that's when my body like really started to like get tight. You know, I wasn't actually losing that much weight. I think I may have lost like 2 pounds, but I definitely dropped like 2 clothes sizes. But I'm telling you, it is just so worth it. And if you can do what you can to be really conscious about it now, you're gonna just save yourself from a lot of health drama in the future. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm not a physician by any chance, so don't take my word over your doctor's. But if you're in school and you have a question, let me know in the comments below. And even if I don't know the answer, I mean, there's so many of us who have been there and done that, and I'm sure it's one of us will have the answer. And, you know, if you're at a school, you know, did you put on the freshman 15 like I did? You know, what were your tips of kind of like overcoming, or are you still working on it? Or, you know, did you not put on the freshman 15? Let me know why. But yeah, let's continue the conversation down there, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!